Those are some big bearish candles that have been coming in on the market. And the question that we have to ask ourselves right now, are we on the verge of a correction, of a market crash, of a bear market? Let's take a quick look at the SPX today and some of the other broader markets to see what's happening. What is going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear. And we've had some wicked sell-offs here recently that have been bought up by the bulls, but we have to really take a look at the charts right now and discuss, are we at the point where a correction is on the table? And yes, a correction could be on the table right now because we are significantly extended. If you just zoom out and see how far this market has ran after last year's Liberation Day, those tariff lows, you can see that this thing has been on a tear. And the biggest pullback that we've experienced started after we made all-time highs on October 29th, right here. And if we measure that out to see how far we actually dropped on the SPX, the biggest you can't even call it a correction, dip was about 5.72%. So we haven't had a 10% correction in the market in quite some time. And so we are overdue. Now, if we just look at where we're trading at today, you could see that we did come down and retested the 50-day simple moving average, and your buyers once again stepped in. Now, this is an area of significance and of importance, because if you just go back in time, you can see that in January 20th, we broke down below the 50, got bought up, and then pushed higher, tapped 7,000. If we go back here to December 17th, we broke below the 50, the bull stepped in, we pushed it up, and we made a new all-time high. The most recent time that we dropped down below the 50, we would have to go back to November 14th, and we went all the way down to the 100. That was that 5.72% dip that I talked about, and buyers stepped in there at the 100, and we grounded our way up to new all-time highs. But just rewinding back further from that, on November 7th, we dropped, found support off the 50, went higher. And if you go back to Friday, October 10th, this is when Trump announced the additional tariffs on China. We nearly came down and touched the 50. And then what did we do? We went up and pushed and made all-time highs. And so today felt a little alarming if you are a long-term investor or trading, but don't panic. These are just parts of normal market cycles. So I'm here to calm you down, but to tell you, be ready, because we are due for a correction in the market. And you can see that at market open, we had an upper wick. We did push a little bit, but then this thing just rolled over. You pushed back up into the 20-day exponential moving average here on the 3-minute. And from there, it just cascaded downward to where it got oversold on the RSI. And then your dip buyers did step in. And you can see that as the market is heading towards close right now, we're only 5 minutes away. Buyers are stepping in. But what we want to watch, and this is why I wanted to make this video, the line in the sand for the bulls. We have to watch this most recent low here on January 20th. I'm going to mark this with a line. And what is going to happen if we come down and break below this low? If we cannot reclaim that low and push and make higher highs, then this bull trend is in danger. So we want to watch to see, all right, do we break below it? Do we make a lower high? And then do we start to drop down? So that's what you want to watch. Watch this recent low from January 20th on the SPX. And if we start breaking down below that, we're making lower highs, we're making lower lows, then the trend could change. We could get a correction, 10, 15, maybe even 20%. If you go below 20%, you're looking at a bear market. Now, it might not be a long bear market. It could be pretty brief, but I wanted you to be aware of these levels as we move further into the week. And there's a lot of data still to come out this week. The government shutdown ended today officially, but we have Google reporting earnings on Wednesday. We have Amazon on Thursday. So lots of big reports coming. But I just wanted to update you guys to show you, hey, what do we need to watch to see if this thing is actually absolutely going to flip? And that's going to be this price level right here around 67.90 on the SPX. Look for that low to get taken out. If it does and it continues to drop, watch for a lower high, lower low, and for us to stair step down into a correction. So there you go. Just a bit of education to inform you, update you where we are currently trading in the markets, the weakness that we saw here today, the key levels to pay attention to, and what we will see if we do in fact get a trend change. I hope that you found this video informative and educational, and let me know below in the comments, are we going to get a correction, or is this just noise before the next leg up? I appreciate you watching. Make it a great day, honor the moment, and as always, be grateful.